Hello Internet, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today we have once again a different type of video. I'm gonna be ranking all my highlighters kind of in a smoky glow style. I have 19 highlighters, so we're gonna do the bottom tier, mid tier, and the top tier. So this is gonna be interesting. Get started. I'm going to mildly rank them first, then we'll open them up and swatch them, just so it's not Mirror City. So, right away for bottom tier, we got the Wet n Wild highlighter in Not Your Basic Witch. This is too dark for me as a highlighter. I use it as eyeshadow, but it's technically still a highlighter. So this is definitely bottom tier. This person I no longer support, but obviously I own his stuff. This is Jeffree Star Eclipse. This formula sucks. MAC Happy Go Dazzling. I don't need to open it because we'll talk about it later. We're going to put this at bottom tier. Gut Instinct. Becca Champagne Pop, bottom tier. Obviously, some of these are going to be subject to change, but I'm doing, Gut Instinct. Kylie. Cotton Candy Cream. And we'll pick two more for bottom tier. My gut's telling me Hustler Baby and Wet n Wild Rose Champagne. So we'll talk about these more in depth. So these are my current bottom tier. Right away, I notice a pattern with these four, and that is orangey, goldy, bronzy shades. Doesn't look the best on me. I know it doesn't look the best on me. So that's why they're automatically put at the bottom. I think that this Wet n Wild, actually, no. I was gonna say I think this is last place, but I don't think it's gonna be last place, Rosie. Thank you for joining the video once again. This Eclipse here, right here, is gonna be last place. So I'm gonna tell you why. So as you could see up here, the only reason this has use is because after every time I use it with a brush, I have to scrape it. Thank you, Rosie. Yes. So I constantly have to scrape this down because it gets hard pan any which way I use it. I do the tape method, I scrape it off, it's annoying. It's a pretty color, but as you can see with me even finger swatching it, that now is all going to be hard pan, and the swatch is okay. It's just okay. So this is 100% bottom tier. Gorgeous color, but it's not there. So we'll put this, let's see, we'll put this there. Next, then we'll do the Wet n Wild's Not Your Basic Witch highlighter, because even though I can't use this as a highlighter and I have to use this as eyeshadow, this has more of a purpose and gets more use than Eclipse ever will, since I do use the shade as eyeshadow. Next, I'm gonna have to go MAC. So obviously, if you're new here, I'm transitioning to cruelty-free. I do not like to declutter stuff. I still find this pretty, so obviously I'm not going to declutter it. I have no makeup people I could give items to in my life, so I'm going to pan it. But this is a product I regret buying, which you'll probably see a video about more items like this soon, because I don't wear shades like that. So MAC Happy Go Dazzling, third to last. Now these guys. So I think this one's gonna be next. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon. This is technically, it's technically a blush, but it's too shimmery for me. So I've always used it as a highlighter because some of the blushes have more shimmer than others, and it's just like a big old thing. It's too dark for me. I don't really like it. It's fine enough for me to pan it, but it's like I'm never going to repurchase that, besides the fact that Wet n Wild is not really cruelty-free. So I know I have gripe with Becca, but I don't think Becca deserves to be in the bottom 5 because of my gripe with it. So I'm gonna swatch the Kylie. Oh, this is why I didn't like this. Okay, Kylie's definitely going in bottom 5. So the reason I don't mess with this highlighter too much is it is the same shade as Eclipse, which is great for me, but it kind of gets a weird hard pan too. I've only used it a couple times. This was a product that came into my life this year. It's weird. It's like not complete hard pan, but then just feels funny where I've used it, and I don't need that energy right at the moment. I do like the color, so I am going to keep it. I'm not decluttering anything. I'm not that type of person, but it's just not the creme de la creme. It's not the best. Now with these two, I think Becca definitely will then go next. So my issue with Becca Champagne Pop, besides being too dark for me, and definitely I bought because of the hype when, actually I got this as a gift when I turned 16. I'm turning 21 at the end of the month. This is old. So, this constantly shifts out of the pan, and I constantly have to press it back in. And for a highlighter that's 38 bucks, I do not want this moving in the pan. You know what I mean? So this goes next. And then Hustler Baby. I got it because it was a mini, so I could try Fenty. I like the formula, but it's the same exact shade as Champagne Pop, and those colors do not look good on me unless I'm tanned, and that is for 1 month out of the 12 months in the year. So, what would I consider middle ground? This is middle ground, definitely. Middle ground. Maybe middle ground. This is 100% middle ground. This is middle ground, even though Megara, I love Megara. No, we're just going to pick all the Beccas, because I don't think, ooh, maybe one of them will get promoted. Actually, I don't know. Okay, we're going to go with this. So this is what we're going to look at as my mid-tier and then go from here. Maybe one of these items will get promoted. We'll talk it out as we go, but this is definitely my bottom tier. 100% locked in bottom tier. So I think next would have to be this one. If this person wasn't the person that he was, I think that this would be ranked higher. I definitely love Peach Goddess. I love this color. It doesn't look that used because sometimes I don't want to use his stuff just because of name association. But I don't want to get rid of it because it's unique to me and I love the color. But because of the name association, I am going to have to rank it lower because I'm not in love with it as I should be because of who it is. So that's there. Next is this one, and this is Becca. This is Mini Opal. This is what Opal currently looks like. As you can see, Opal has been getting a lot of love. Opal is a little bit too dark for me. I need a break from Opal. It's pretty. I don't think I should have bought it. Buying the mini size Becca blushes for $21 in this size is not worth the price unless you're buying them in a pack like I got these two. Well, it came with a third one, but I gifted it. But either way, buying minis individually is not worth it. Therefore, I got a little beef with that one, you know? Now these guys. Wet n Wild Air. The reason this one's going next is because it has overspray, and you know, overspray is oh so fun when you're picking a highlighter because you think it's going to be really sparkly, and it's not a bad highlighter, but it's same deal. Wet n Wild, not really cruelty free. I don't like the fact that there was an overspray. I don't like that, just like I don't know what the word is for it, but like, it's just lying. Like, why are you going to show off a product and it has an overspray, and then after 2 uses, it's like a completely different color? You know, it's just like, I was going to say misinformation. It's not misinformation. It's just like, just trying to think of the word gimmick. You're playing with my heart, dude. You're playing with my heart. There's no other way to put it. I don't want to overspray. Thank you very much. You know, I really should swatch one of these ColourPop blushes next, but the reason I don't want to put them that far down on the list is simply because I love Aurora, this one, and I love Megara, but truth be told, this formula is not really the best. So we're going to go with Coronation first. So this is the Aurora one. I think they finally stopped selling these. I think that only like the Esmeralda blush is left. Actually, I don't think Coronation should be next. I think Megara has to be next. So, love Megara to death, but Megara does get a lot of hard pan as I wipe the swatch from my arm to put on the purple swatch. Megara does get a lot of hard pan, which sucks because it's so pretty and purple, and you probably can't tell on camera because it is it's a very wearable purple highlighter, but it gets such bad hard pan, and yes, I kept the little cover for it even though it's a powder highlighter. So big tough girl, I'm sorry. You're gorgeous, I love you, but you're not cut out. You're just not cut out for it. I'm sorry. Actually, we're just going to keep swatching the rest of these to go to the top 5 because I'm not too sure. I'm not positive. I think this one has to go next. This is ColourPop's Rocket Science. So this is a Super Shock Cheek in the pearlized finish. I don't even know if they still make this anymore. I got this off of Depop. It is pretty much a sheer version of Big Tough Girl, but I don't really like the Super Shocks. And well, okay, I know this was one of the like first Super Shocks that they released, so maybe they upped their game since, and I don't know, because obviously this is my whole collection. This is the only one I own, but it's really crumbly, and I don't want to deal with that. I just don't want to deal with it. So it goes there. I feel like I shouldn't have 3 Beccas, like, just right here chilling to be like, I want to be number 1. You're not going to be number 1. You're unique. You know what? I think Rose Quartz will go on the bottom. Because Rose Quartz is a lot drier than the other 2. It's not bad, but it's definitely a more drier formula, which, I mean, it's whatever, but it's just, like, weird. Like, why don't they all just have the same consistency, you know? I think this one has to be next. So this is the Disney Villains ColourPop Super Shock Highlighter in Hades. Everyone's got a weakness. I also think they finally stopped selling this one as well. This is also a cream highlighter. Very unique. Love it to death. It's orange with like a red, not translucent, like a red iridescence throughout it. That's the word I'm looking for. A lot of people say that these dry out easily, and then this is hard for me to pick up with a brush, so I always got to use my fingy, which if you've watched my videos before, I am not that type of person to put my makeup on with my finger. I rather just use brushes, call it a day, get it done and over with. So, because of that, even though, once again, I like Hercules-related stuff, you gotta go down there, bud. I feel like 2 Becca shouldn't made it in my top, though, but it's actually the fact that I don't own as many highlighters as I thought I did. I thought I owned more highlighters, but I don't. I literally don't. So, next, then we'll do ColourPop's Coronation. So, unlike Big Tough Girl, Coronation doesn't get as bad as a hard pan. The reason it's going lower than these is simply because the shade is less unique. All these you will see are more unique colors. This is a basic highlighter, pretty much the same shade as the Kylie one, pretty much the same shade as Eclipse, something that I definitely, you know, it's not original, but it doesn't get as hard pan as bad as this one. So it gets ranked higher, my gorgeous Aurora. I'm tempted to rank this one lower just because of who the person is, but this is so unique and I love it so much that I'm not going to rank it lower just because I don't like, just because of like spite, pretty much, for lack of a better term that my brain can come up with right now. So that one's still gonna chill. I think the next one would have to be this one. So this is Lilac Geode by Becca. So I got this year. Yeah, I got this in the pandemic. Radical. So this is a pink with orange reflect in it. So gorgeous. I wanted it for such a long time. The reason it's not ranked higher is because I mean, it looks fine on me, but I know it wasn't intended for my paleness. So I do have to, you know, be a little careful here and there. So just because of the fact that I gotta be careful, and you know, I did get that on sale. I got it from a Marshall's, so I got it mad cheap. But just because of the fact that like it's easy for me to take it out of control, it can't be, you know, top 3. So this is my top 3. Weird combo. Definitely third place is Becca Vanilla Quartz. This one is not as dry as Rose Quartz. I don't know why Rose Quartz feels so dry to me. You cannot see that. It's just a white with pink and orange and a little bit of gold reflect. Very bright, very pretty. I've never had anything like this before. Love it. I understand why some people like these highlighters so much, especially with people who like have the pasty skin like me. It makes sense now. I'll put that down here. So yeah, definitely not one I reach for all the time just because I did get it this year, but I'm happy I finally picked it up. Next then will be Jeffree Star's Hypothermia. So, hate the guy, love the highlighter. I really do. It looks intimidating in the pan, 100%. But when you swatch it out, it's just a orange highlighter with purple, green, white iridescence. Like, it is really gorgeous. So, because of that, it is second place. It is my most unique. When I had this in a project for a usage goal, I want to put it down. Clearly, I enjoy it. So, then the last one is Ofra. So, this is Ofra Cloud 9. I understand now why everyone likes Ofra so much. The one gripe I do have with it is that they are very fragile, and this has like broken on me before. Well, not broke, but like pieces chipped off, and that would typically piss me off because I don't like messes, as I'm swatching up my arm, but like, you know what I mean. I don't like messes with broken makeup. But the shade is so pretty. It's the perfect white to pink iridescent shift. I could wear this every single day. I am putting this in a project next year so I can use it more since I love using it. But it's definitely at the moment my favorite. As a whole, my highlighter collection is not too bad. I definitely have some room to grow, but at the same time, as I say to grow, I need to dock out, like, you know, all these guys where they're like duped 3 times over. Looking at you, Champagne Pop. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I was thinking about including my highlighters from my face palettes, but that was only 5 of them, and I didn't feel like having the big bulky palettes in here. So this is just my little guys. I did order a highlighter on Black Friday, but I know that it's like another unique one. It's not one that's in here. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember what it's supposed to look like. So that's fun. Let me know what highlighters you would have switched around. What do you think about all my ranking of my highlighters? If you enjoy me or you enjoy makeup related videos, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and all that jazz. And peace out, Girl Scout.